Welcome, Ganja Yogis. This is Javiera. People call me Javi. I'll be teaching a gratitude practice today. If you want to bring our plant ally into class, you can invite it to set a little intention. I always like to take a moment just to connect before I talk and send a little bit of my vibes there. A little bit of my love and my appreciation to Ganja. So you can close your eyes, just take a moment to connect. Inviting something that you like to release today, perhaps heal or forgive, something to cultivate. And then as you're ready, invite a little moment of talking. And you can close the eyes and notice flavors, sensations. Taking a moment to let go of expectations. As you're ready, we'll begin our practice in Shavasana. I invite you to lay down. The legs spread out wide as a mat. Toes facing out, heels facing in. And very gently closing the eyes. Take a few deep breaths to land in your body. And then let the awareness be centered in the breath. Deep breath in. Long, smooth exhale out. Let the legs and the body adjust, wiggle hips or shoulders. Opening up the arms a tiny bit more. Getting big here. Moving for comfort before we surrender into stillness. Notice sensations of the body. Letting cannabis deepen a connection to the self. Releasing expectations of the practice, of the future. As you begin to pay attention to the exhales. Make them a little slower. Each exhale releasing any tensions in the body. Every release allows you to become a little bit softer. You might soften through the mouth and jaw. cheeks, the temples, the forehead. And then continue to release as you breathe down through the neck, softening shoulders and arms. Each exhale, washing through the body, letting go a little bit more. Breathing through the chest. It expands as you inhale. Then moving through the spine, through the organs and pelvis. Breathing down through the legs as the knees and the feet melt down. Nothing to do here but to breathe and allow. Breathing and allowing. Last 5 breaths. Begin to slowly wake up as you wiggle fingers and toes. And then as you're ready, inhale the arms all the way up and back. And then reach through fingers and toes, arms and legs, finding a full body stretch. Perhaps a little yawn too. And then bring one knee to the chest, followed by the other. And yes, give yourself a big hug, a tight one. Let the chin come a tiny bit in so the back of the neck lengthens. And from there, you can roll side to side. Finding lower back massage. Perhaps drawing circles with your knees. One direction and the other. And slowly release soles of the feet down. Let the feet be hip-width distance and parallel. Walk them a tiny bit closer to the hips. Let the hands come by the side, palms facing down. The next inhale, begin to slowly lift the hips all the way up to the sky. And as you lift the hips, notice your knees as they point forward. So without opening or closing the knees, continue to lift the hips and then soften the glutes. Most of us might like to stay here, perhaps others glide the hands below the sacrum, interlacing fingers, and then roll to the outer edges of the shoulders. And everybody, let's lift the hips. Lift. Breathe. Last 2. If your hands are together, let them come apart. Exhale, everybody bring the hips down to the ground. Let the soles of the feet come to touch and the knees to open up wide. And you can open the arms in cactus, so bending the elbows 90 degrees. Palms facing up and supported by the earth. Soften the hips and pelvis. Let the knees drop down. Then notice your chest as you soften through the shoulders. Getting a gentle stretch. Deep breath. And bringing one knee to the chest and then the other. Hands coming below the thighs as we begin to slowly rock back and forth. Full spine massage. Then begin to gain a little bit of momentum so that in 5 more rolls you come up to seated. And 2 and 1. Find a simple cross-legged position. You can wiggle side to side, back and forth, finding balance on the sit bones. Begin to push the sit bones down. And you can close the eyes or take a soft gaze down as you begin to stack one vertebra on top of the other, lifting the heart, rolling shoulders back, down. Let them go away from ears. Exhale all the air out, get really empty. And inhale from the sit bones, up through the ribs, into the chest. Exhale from the chest, down through the ribs, into the ground. Inhale from sit bones, through the middle, to the top, and exhale from the top, through the middle and all the way down. Three-part breath. Last one. And slowly, slowly release. Let the heart lift as the shoulders roll back and down. Bring your gaze up. And if you wish, you can bring the chin up to the sky as you soften the throat. And then exhale, curve the upper back. Chin to the chest, forehead down. Gaze to the belly button. Inhale to lift. Look up. Project through the heart and exhale, curve. Take the last 5 breaths. Beginning to invite that thankfulness into the movement. And when you're ready, you'll find that tall, nice, long spine. Bring that right hand to the side, let the elbow bend. Inhale the left arm all the way up. Find that length, so opening chest. That's that left shoulder up and back, reaching the fingertips. Let's inhale, reach. Soften through the right shoulder. You can bring the gaze up to the hand, or perhaps down to the other one, releasing through the neck. Reach that left sit bone down. Inhale, reach. Exhale slowly. Back to center. Switch sides. Left hand down, align with the hip. Bend the elbow. Lift that right arm. As you inhale, reach. Open the chest, so that's the right shoulder up and back. And gaze can be actively up. Or you can find the gaze coming down. Left shoulder relaxing. Grounding through the right sit bone now. Next inhale, reach. Exhale back to center and give it a little bit of movement. Right hand down, left arm up. Inhale, reach. And exhale. Back to center, switch sides. And let the breath be the one that moves the body. Last one on each side. And then returning to center. Gonna bring that right arm to the front and let the fingertips point down. Let the wrist and the shoulder be aligned. As you soften the shoulders down, gonna use our left hand to bring all those fingers back as you push the wrist forward. Notice the tension. Sending a little bit of love to those beautiful wrists, forearm, hands. Then gently release and make a fist. Try bringing that fist all the way back as you push through the wrist. Notice what changes. As you exhale, gently release that right hand. And you can draw some circles in one direction. And then the other. Try in second side, left arm forward, fingertips down. Let the shoulder and the wrist be aligned. Point the fingers down and then we'll bring them back. The wrists projecting forward. Soften through shoulders, through jaw. Deep breath. Gently release. Go ahead and make a fist. And then push the fist all the way back. I'm so curious about sensations, the body. Gently release. Go ahead. Shake the hand. Draw circles in one direction and the other. And then with the help of your hands, switch your legs. Whichever one is forward, bring it back. Whichever one is back, bring forward. Take that tall spine, shoulders back and down. And as you get here, let's draw some circles with the shoulders all the way back. And then all the way forward. Then we'll open the arms wide, soften the shoulders, shoulder blades rolling down this back. Here we'll bend the elbows, bring the fingertips to the shoulders as best as you can. And then let the shoulders open up, be aligned. The elbows align with shoulder as you drop them down, and take some circles here. Notice how that feels. Switch the other direction. And gently, gently release. And we'll take our time to come down into all fours, choosing to move mindful and slowly. Feel free to let the legs stretch out. You might push that heel back as you rock back and forth. And invite balance. So we work on one side, we also work on the other. We work on one type of energy, and then on its counterpart, that bouncing. Find both knees down, below the hips, the wrists below the shoulders. Activate your shoulder blades as you bring the navel in. Crown pointing forward. Close the eyes, cat and cows. Inhale, lift the heart, the tail, gaze up, drop the belly. Exhale, curve the upper back. Tuck the tail in, chin to chest. Lift shoulder blades up. And inhale, rise up. And curve. Last 5. So grateful for what our bodies can do today, always changing. When you find that last one, come back to your table. I'm gonna inhale the left arm all the way up, open the chest, reach. And as you exhale, thread the needle, so bring the arm and that left shoulder and left ear all the way down. You might stay here, this might be enough for you today. Perhaps you like to extend the right hand forward, lifting the arm. Perhaps some of you might extend the right leg and play around with balance. Wherever you're at today, find those deep breaths. Last 3. Slowly bringing the knee back down if it's not there. Glide the right hand below the shoulder as you push the floor down. Coming back to table, cat and cows. Inhale, look up. Exhale, curve. 3 more. When ready, find your way back to table. Inhale the right arm all the way up, reach, open the chest, look up. And exhale, thread the needle, bring that right shoulder down, that right ear down. stay right as you are, or extend the left arm forward. Again, find where you're at today. Wonder your body can stay here or extend that left leg back. Last 2 breaths. Slowly, the knee will return. Left hand below the shoulder. As you come up to table, let the knees open up wide. Let the toes come to touch. Hips to the heels, forehead down. Take a bow, take a child pose here. Let the forehead come down. You might roll it side to side. Perhaps wiggle hips side to side. Notice your hands as you flip the palms all the way up to the sky. A gesture of offering and receiving. Perfect time to invite that gratitude. So we bow to all of our blessings. And that gratitude practice invites abundance and prosperity. When everything gets difficult, we come back to practicing thankfulness, even in the challenge. So many blessings. Last 2 breaths. And flipping palms down. With an inhale, find your way back down into hands and knees as you adjust. Knees below the hips. And then bringing the hands 2 or 3 inches forward. Spread the fingers really wide. Let the hands be shoulder width distance. Curve the back toes under, and yes, get ready for our first Adho Mukha, our first down dog. As you inhale, lift the knees. And then keep the knees bent as you push the hips up and back. Work on getting that long spine here as you push the hands away from the mat. Lift the hips and exhale. Heels to the ground, straighten the legs. Soften the neck. Bend the right knee ground through the left heel. Deep breath in. And switch. Bend the left knee ground through that right heel. Both hands pushing equally. Hips lifting, breathe. Begin to pedal the feet as you bend one knee and then the other. And we're going to take 5 breaths here. You're always welcome to take a child's pose. Whenever you're ready, bring the knees to the ground and then bring the hips to one side. So we take a moment to roll all the way into our backs. Take a little pause, quick stop in Shavasana. As you let the legs straighten, open up, toes coming out. Heels in, and then bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. As you reconnect to your breath. Heart pounding. It's a confirmation of life. Notice the benefits of the practice, of the medicine. Last 5 breaths. Bringing awareness back to the body. As you wiggle fingers and toes. Bring one foot to the ground and then the other one. Let the feet be hip-width distant, parallel. And bring them closer to the buttocks. If the lower back is not happy, you can slowly and gently lift a tiny bit the hips and drop them back down. Right knee comes to the chest, hands on the shin, give it a little squish, squish, squish. One breath. Then release the hands. Let that right leg straighten all the way up. Hands can come below the thigh, perhaps finger interlace for support. Before working on the leg, notice your hips. Both hips pushing down. And then, as best as you can, working on straightening the leg, pushing heel up to the roof. You can stay here, or you can point and flex the toes. Deep breath. And we're going to keep the leg as it is. We're going to release the arms to the sides. Let the palms face down. With an exhale, bring that leg straight all the way down to the mat so that it is supported by the earth. And we're going to bring that left knee and roll it slowly to the right. It doesn't have to touch the earth, it can stay hanging heavy. We'll work on bringing that left shoulder down to the earth. Spinal twist. You can stay here or you can bring your gaze to the left for a full body twist. Last 2 here. So thankful for our breath, always with us. Gaze comes to center, knee, and then the other knee back to the chest as you give yourself a squish, squish, squish. Then roll side to side for that little lower back massage. We'll bring both hands to the left shin as you let that right foot come down. Give it a little squish, squish, squish. Bring that left knee closer to that left armpit. One breath. Slowly release as you begin to extend the leg. Hands come below the thigh. Fingers might interlace for support. Balance the hips out and then work on straightening the leg, pushing the heel up to the sky. Using your exhales to soften, to release the tension, to go a little deeper. Stay here or point and flex toes. Keep the leg just as it is and then release arms to the sides, palms facing down. Now exhale the left leg straight all the way down into the earth. And this time twist. Right knee comes to the left. Let it hang heavy. Bring that right shoulder down to the earth and stay here or let the gaze travel to the right. Deep breath. When you feel ready, the gaze come back to center. Let that right knee come to the chest and then the left one. And we're gonna take a happy baby. So let the knees come apart, let the feet lift. Heels are stuck with the knee and hands can come to the thighs, to the ankles or outer edges of the feet. You might stay here, you might rock side to side. You might get playful and wiggle around and smile. 3 breaths. We're gonna take our last pose of the class. We're gonna go to Shavasana. Feel free to take a moment before you do that to get some layers, perhaps socks or a blanket, a pillow for your head. Take a moment to get cozy. The legs and the arms spread out wide. The eyes will close. Letting go of the breath. Letting go of everything for a few moments. If you could get a little bit more relaxed, how would that look like? How would that feel? If you had 5 more breaths to soften, to release, to let go. With that last slow exhale, we'll wiggle fingers and toes, and then take a moment to roll to one side. Letting our mind and body integrate, land. With the help of the hand and the forearm, you can push yourself all the way up to seated. Simple cross-legged position. The eyes still closed. Awareness within. We'll bring both hands together and to the heart. Symbol of our physical practice ending, and an invitation to our gratitude practice. Bring into your heart and your mind 2 things for which you feel grateful for today. Take a breath into that space, saying thank you, thank you, thank you. So many blessings. Thanking our plant ally for being so open in working in this way. Thanking also yourself for taking time to take care of yourselves, to make a pause, to invite a little bit more love for ourselves and for others. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing this practice with me today. Hope you enjoyed it.